Hi there, this is Abby Rodriguez coming to you from the offices of the Assistive Technology Department at District 181. What I want to do today is to explore the accessibility settings in iOS devices to encourage you to explore these more on your own so that you can customize devices for student needs. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go into settings on my iPad and we're going to explore a little bit in the accessibilities area. And I just want to give you a preview today in the hopes that you'll kind of play around with this on your own time to see what your specific students' needs are. So we're going to go into General, and we're going to go into Accessibility. And what Apple has done is created a variety of settings that can be used to support people with disabilities. This first area here you'll see is vision. It's to support people with vision impairments. But the nice thing is any of these settings are available in all of their devices and can be used for a variety of students. So this used to be hardware or software that was available just for specific students or specific needs on special computers with special devices. And now they're already inherently in a lot of devices. So it just takes a little bit of knowledge and playing around with them, and you can customize for your specific student needs. So in this vision area, the first one you'll see is VoiceOver. And this is a good one to support students that struggle with reading. If you turn VoiceOver on, excuse me, it's actually going to speak all of the labels for you. It does take a little getting used to, so I would encourage you to play with it before you give it to a student. So what it does is I'm going to turn it on, and it creates this little box that then speaks the labels. The trick with VoiceOver is that now your iPad acts a little bit differently. So to hear what the label is, you tap on the label. You're not actually going to select it. To actually select something, you're going to have to double tap. So it gets a little, you have to practice using it a little bit. So if I tap on any of these things on my home page, it will speak them. So I tapped on camera. I tapped on iTunes Store. To actually select something, you're going to tap on it to make sure the box is there. Let's say I want to take a picture. And then to select it, I have to double tap. Tap, tap, and it will open my camera. The home button still acts like normal, but selecting something on the screen is different. So that would take a little bit of getting used to, but it is a nice support for students. So we're going to go back in to Settings, and I'm going to select VoiceOver, tap, tap, and turn it back off. And you can alter a lot of things within VoiceOver. Zoom is another one that's obviously for support for people with vision needs, but I could see that it could be used for a lot of different things. If you turn on Zoom, it gives you this little box that then zooms the print for you, or zooms, like, see, it makes it larger, and you can alter a lot of the settings within that. But I'm not going to go into a lot about it today. I just want to show you it so that if you want to play with it, you can. And you can see all these different things that you can alter within Zoom. You can invert colors and change to grayscale. Those are good if you think your student's vision needs those. Yeah, it does definitely alter how the iPad looks, so you want to kind of play with that before you use it. Speech is a very powerful one, and I think Randy's gone into a lot about this. Speech selection, if you turn that on, if you go on to any sort of text anywhere, we'll go on to a web page, and if you click and drag and make a box on that, it's not working for me right now, but if you select an area of text on a device, you can speak that text, or the other option that I already have on here is speak screen. And the way that works is if we go into that website again, if I use 2 fingers and swipe down, it speaks the page for me, and there are all this little control panel. So that's a really nice support for students that need reading support. And that, again, is a nice area for you to kind of explore and play around with a little bit. So that was in speech. All these can change how an iPad looks if your student needs a little bit more definition with buttons or bolder text, or if you need them yourself on your own devices. It's definitely something to take a look at. Switch control is a huge area. This is a big one for our students who can't direct select or work with the touch screen directly and need some switch support. I'm not going to go into a lot about that today. But that's a huge development, and they continue to kind of tweak and change all the things that a switch can do with an iPad. So if you end up with a student on your caseload that needs that kind of support, we can definitely go into that a little bit further. Again, a lot of different kinds of supports here for the keyboard. How the home button works, how fast it works or how slow it works can be altered. There's actually hearing aids that can work with devices. I'm not going to go into a lot of those. The next one I really wanted to highlight for you is this subtitles and captioning. I think this can be really powerful. So I've already turned mine on. And that means that any video that has closed caption support will then show the print on the screen, which I think is great for all kids, especially early readers. And you can even, with the style, you can even alter what kind it looks like, how it looks, if it's bigger or smaller. I'm not going to do a lot with that, but I already have mine on. So what I'm going to do is I can go into any YouTube video. And what I can do is I can select these three dots. Not all YouTube videos support closed captioning, but the ones that you do, that you can then, if you have that turned on in settings, you're going to go click on these three dots here. And you want to turn closed captioning on. And look at all the languages. So even for like ELL students, this would be a huge support. But I'm going to turn on English for now. And then when I play the video, it's dragging a little bit this morning. So it actually gives me the text support at the bottom of the screen. I don't know why the video doesn't want to play for me, but yeah, I think it's just not working well with AirPlay. But that's true in YouTube, YouTube Kids. I've tried it with Discovery Ed. A lot of different video supports offer that closed captioning. So if you take away one thing today, that would be the one thing, is to turn on closed captioning. And if students are watching any kind of video for any kind of support, either if it's for leisure or for classroom content, I really highly recommend turning on that closed captioning. So that's a big one within accessibility. And then guided access we've talked about before. An accessibility shortcut refers to when you triple click the home button, what that triple click does. You can actually set it to do a variety of different things. So if you find a student's using a certain thing, like VoiceOver a whole lot, and you want to make it easier to kind of turn it on and turn it off as opposed to going into settings and doing that, you can set the triple click of the home button to do that for you. Ours are usually default set to guided access because we do see a lot of students or staff using that with students, but that's something you can change there. So this is definitely a powerful area to explore for your students and customize certain things for your students. Apple continues to tweak and change these as they come out with different software updates. So it's definitely something that continues to be improved upon, and I find really exciting for our students that need a variety of supports. So definitely explore these if you have the chance, and if you have questions about more of them or about how they work a little bit more, please let us know. Thanks so much.